Hello everyone, this is Movie Recap. Today we are going to introduce an American science fiction movie, released in 2013 named The Host. Aliens boarded in a girl's body. After feeling the pleasure of a human woman, the aliens become addicted to it and never want to leave. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. In the future, the Earth was invaded by alien races. Their methods of invasion are very clever. All the aliens are parasitic in the human brain, turning them into puppets without any self-mind. The most obvious feature of the invaded humans is the blue glow of the eyes. But there are some surviving Earthlings hide in hidden places. Melanie is one of them. When she was out searching for living materials, she encountered the aliens. In order to prevent the aliens from invading her brain, Melanie broke out of the window directly from the 8th floor corridor. Of course, she is not Superman. She just wants to commit suicide to avoid being controlled by aliens. Unfortunately, her body didn't die completely. The aliens took her back to the lab and healed all of Melanie's internal and external wounds with a cellular repair spray. But they weren't just trying to save him. They wanted to turn her body into a host. The alien made a small incision in Melanie's neck firstly. Then he took out a white pixie-like alien parasite. He placed it on Melanie's wound. The parasite quickly burrowed into Melanie's body. In this way, an alien had completed the whole process of invading humans. The alien's name was Walter. When she woke up from her bed, this beautiful body is completely hers. The alien Walter walks towards the mirror. She finally saw what she looked like, and began to understand what it was like to be what humans call sexy. Just as the alien was reveling in her beauty, another voice suddenly appeared in her head. The voice was no other than Melanie's own mind. The alien leader told Walt that this situation is normal. Some human beings are very tenacious. Their thoughts have not been completely suppressed, and they will resist in their bodies. But after a short time, they will give up the resistance. Hearing this, Walter was much relieved. But the aliens underestimated the power of Melanie's mind. In the following days, there are always two thoughts in this body. One is the alien Walter, one is Melanie herself. The two minds slowly began to merge and communicate. Walter began to feel Melanie's past memories. She also began to understand Melanie's past. This human woman lives in a family of 3. In the company of her father and brother, spent a good time. But the sudden arrival of aliens shatters this happy family. The father shot himself to protect his children. Since then, Melanie has been hiding with her brother Jimmy. Until one day, she meets another boy, Mike. Mike has not seen a human for many years. When he saw Melanie, his first reaction was to be very excited. Directly kissed Melanie's lips. Although Melanie was very frightened. But at the same time, she also felt the beauty of the opposite sex. They took brother Jimmy and left the city together. Came to a deserted place and continued to live. During that time, Melanie fell deeply in love with Mike. The campfire at night swayed in the summer breeze with flames. The golden fire reflected the couple on the couch. It looks very warm and romantic. Melanie told Mike that, "I wish you could still kiss me like you did when we first met. I wish we could hold each other like firewood and fire. I wish I could have you by my side every morning in the future." In this memory, the alien Walter felt the human instinct, but also the taste of love, which she loved so much. This is a feeling that has never been felt before in the alien world. Walter becomes fascinated by Melanie's mind. The two minds even had a friendly exchange. Eventually, they jumped together from the room into the landscaped pool downstairs. They drove their car away from the laboratory before the guards found out. The car drove all night, and when they arrived in the countryside, two minds diverged. They began to snatch control for this body. The car eventually overturned on the side of the road. Melanie said she remembered where her Uncle Brad was hiding. They could go there. At this point, Walt had no choice but to follow Melanie and look for her uncle. Deep in the desert, they finally met Brad. Due to the blue-red glow of Melanie's eyes, The other survivors thought she is an alien and want to kill her. Fortunately, Brad's hard maintenance. The others agreed to take Melanie back to the cave and imprison her. After arriving at the cave, Melanie finds that her boyfriend Mike and brother Jimmy are here. At the same time, the alien female leader also found Melanie's trail. The alien force soon arrives at the scene of the vehicle accident. With the accident site as the center, the alien troops started a search. However, they could not find the survivors' hiding place. The survivors hid for a while, not daring to go out. Under the protection of her uncle Brad, Melanie lived in a cave. There is an underground river flowing through the cave. This is the water source for the survivors to survive. The women were able to bathe in the river and dress themselves. Not only that, they also planted wheat in the cave. Melanie was surprised to see such a scene. Brad told him that in order to achieve the hiding effect, they installed a lot of mirrors in the roof of the cave. The mirrors reflect the sunlight from the top of the cave into the cave. By now the wheat was nearing maturity. Several survivors were as busy in the wheat field as in the previous world. Melanie followed her uncle through the golden wheat fields. She felt as if she was in a paradise. For a better life, the survivors have to go to the city every once in a while to look for food. They drive trucks around the alien search forces. At night, they went to the big stores and stole a lot of supplies. The operation was already a breeze. There was an accident on the way back. The aliens spotted the suspicion because the truck was driving too fast. In an instant, helicopters and various patrol vehicles came around. The first truck was soon surrounded by the group. In order to prevent the aliens from controlling themselves, the driver bravely drove into the concrete barricade. The cockpit was instantly crushed into a flat surface, and the two survivors died. Fortunately, the second car broke out of the siege and returned to the cave intact. During this time living in the cave, Walt fell in love with the survivor Tom. But this body has not only Walter's mind, but also Melanie's. In order to convince the alien Walt, Melanie hopes that Walter can also feel the beauty of love. So she didn't stop Walt from being with Tom. This night, she gave her body to Walter to dominate. But the next day, when Melanie's boyfriend, Mike, comes to stay with Melanie, Walt acted with great disgust. The two minds are in love with different people. This love makes them feel miserable. But they have no solution for the moment. Melanie's brother, Jimmy, accidentally hurts his leg. There is no medicine available in the cave to treat it. To save Jimmy, Walt guides the group to the city. In the alien hospital, stole the cell repair spray. This saved Jimmy's life. In the following days, Walt began to help the survivors. Accompanied by Mike and Tom, they went to the alien store together and took as many supplies as they wanted. Then Melanie knew that in the aliens' world, there is no concept of goods and no need for currency. All materials can be taken at will. But on the way back, the three of them encounter a trap by the alien female leader. Fortunately, Bragg appeared in time, shot the female leader with a gun and took her back to the cave. In order to completely separate the alien from the host, Walt tells everyone how to separate them. It's somewhat similar to the way of invasion. Also cut a small opening in the neck of the body. Then they need to guide the aliens out of the body with kindness and love. Walt put the alien parasite into a special box. The host woman finally regains her human mind and comes back to life. Walt mounted the box with the parasite on the cosmic transmitter. Let it return to where it came from. After knowing the method of separating the parasite, survivors began to capture aliens for isolation surgery on an ongoing basis. While freeing the human hosts, they also released the aliens. In order to make Melanie and Mike, Walt decided to detach from Melanie's body. On the operating table, Walt told the doctor that she wanted to separate herself from Melanie's body and then kill herself immediately, because she did not want to leave Earth even though she had no host. Walter, who has lived for thousands of years, has always felt that she was just alive and meaningless. Now she has finally found something to die for, that is her love. The doctor agreed to her request. She lay on the operating table with hot tears streaming from her eyes. We don't know if they were Melanie's tears of emotion or Walt's tears of farewell. In the end, the alien Walt did not die. The doctor found a dying female body for her and let Walter live in it. When Walt saw her face in the mirror, she smiled happily. From then on, the alien was able to live in a human body living on Earth. The most important thing is that she can always be by her lover's side. The film has a unique perspective. The first is the invasion of aliens. The second is that aliens did not destroy the Earth after occupying the Earth. Instead, they make good use of the Earth's resources and turn it into a perfect ideal world. In this world, there is no poverty, no disease, no war. But the human beings, who lost their sense of freedom, are not willing to live in such a perfect world. No matter how beautiful the world is, human beings still want to live and love according to their own ideas. This may be the reason why we often say that immortals envy the world. If you like my story, don't forget to click subscribe. See you next time.